Welcome back, everybody, to OP Live. We are here sponsored by the Dallas Fuel, Team Envy, as well as the production crew that makes it all happen. Reaction AV, thank you so much for making it happen. My name is Fickle, and this is Vaudable on the left of me. We are getting into the final game of the Bounty Royale with all of the pro players and streamers up on stage, and in the pit are the anxious and awaiting challengers who will be fighting for prizes. How excited are you?
I am stoked for this matchup to go down between all the players in the pit who have made it here after qualifying, getting into the top 7 for the duos, and then they're going to be competing against every single duo squad. They played against them before. Some of them got eliminations against them. Some got taken out pretty easily, but we're going to drop straight into the thick of things with CLG Crispy as he tries to redeem himself from his earlier performances.
And it looks like they're going to a similar location which they went to the last time we saw them, rocking the Galaxy skin for the promotion that they're having with Samsung. That is one wacky looking skin, I must say. Now, he's kind of taking the opposite approach, as I think it was Gorilla who wanted to go with no skin at all to blend in more with the challengers so he wouldn't get rushed as hard. You know what Wish is saying? Wish is saying,
Let them come.
Just come at me. Come on. I can take you. Don't worry about it. So here he is in Paradise Palms, picks up a burst assault rifle and a common pistol. Not the best two weapons to have in the very beginning of the match, but it will work out thus far. He picks up a nice little small shield potion. Gonna pop him in the bathroom right there. Taking a little bathroom break. While his teammate Wish scouts the other side of Paradise Palms.
Pretty much 0 for 2 of getting good loot when it comes to dropping here at Paradise Palms, but I did see another player drop nearby, so they got to be wary when they are trying to loot and get those mats, because there might be somebody trying to push up on them, get that early elimination so they won't need to worry about these pro players later on, but it hasn't come to pass quite yet. They do get that Boogie Bomb as well.
Now, the Boogie Bomb had some recent changes. It changed from a stack size of 1 to 2, which, although that's only a 1 item increase, it makes it much more of an effective pickup because you can combo multiple Boogie Bombs in a row on the same opponent and basically prevent them from doing anything. You can't do anything with your Boogie Bomb except for moving and jumping and busting a move. You cannot do anything. Build, shoot, whatever. You are an open target. So he's going to take those Boogie Bombs because they come in handy in pretty much most situations nowadays, because the only way to prevent somebody from reacting against you is to make sure they're boogied.
Do those also splash through walls, the Boogie Bombs
No,
themselves?
they do not splash through walls, no.
That is an effective countermeasure against them, and now he has 4 of them, even more effective.
Something I've seen from some players that have adapted the Boogie Bomb mentality is that what you do is you Boogie Bomb, take out your primary shotgun or your most damaging weapon, hit them, and then throw another Boogie Bomb before the opponent has time to react. That way they're kind of chained together, because once you take damage from a Boogie Bomb, it stops.
Okay.
Yeah, so if you take damage, like fall damage, storm damage, any kind of damage, it will prevent you from dancing. It instead of going for the full amount, it will instantly take you out of the animation. So that's why you chain them together to create this
You could also do that with your teammate, too. If you throw a Boogie Bomb yourself, he's putting in some damage, and then you throw another one, just time it perfectly so that you both get as much damage as possible. Take him down. Don't have to worry about him at all.
The golden legendary hand cannon. Is he going to pick it up? He will pick it up, but he dropped his Boogie Bombs. Not sure about that one. Me personally, I would rather have the Boogie Bombs, but maybe he wants the first shot accuracy and the high damage that the legendary hand cannon provides. A nice little 78 body shot. Oof. And that is going to be 100 and I think it's 156.
It uses sniper rounds as
156 headshot. Yes, he uses the heavy bullets.
So it doesn't seem like they've engaged with anyone quite yet.
They are hunting, though. They're going very carefully as he finds a large shield potion on the top and just going to box himself in so he doesn't take any more damage. Smart play here. Going to pop this and do a little bit of scouting. Staying ever vigilant is important. So let's maybe see what another one of our duo pairs is up to around the rest of the map as CLG takes over Paradise Palms. And we have Top Gun and Pink Meatball over in Lazy Links. and the communications. Actually, these guys are talking in-game, so we can hear a little bit of their comms coming through.
Not far.
But aside from splitting a nice game of putt-putt over there, they are gathering their materials and trying to get their loadouts. We have a rare pump shotgun, and shots coming in to Top Gun as he's going to play on the defensive for just a little bit. Actually, this is Pink Meatball we're looking at.
And no shield either.
He's white health.
Now,
I hit him
what
for 33.
if you hear Top Gun over there, white health, what they're saying, that means they're able to push. Walls coming up. He has the 2 small shield potions. He's going to take him right now for a little bit of combat meds. And Top Gun gets the elimination on top of the Lazy Links clubhouse. And that is going to be another kill for this duo.
I was coming up with
You saw the Pink Meatball was just shaking his his character left and right, just saying, no, you can't take us out quite yet. He's not going to go out early like he did in the other rounds of this one, wanting to go all the way, make it to the distance, and maybe get that victory royale, prove his power in Fortnite. As Top Gun got that elimination there and saved him from taking any more damage so he could heal himself up with some shields.
Yeah, and he's going to pick up a grappler as well. And here we go over to Top Gun. We've seen him before on the stream getting his materials. The material game's looking a little weak, only about 300, 400 if you count the brick. And ideally, you want to have about 600 to stay safe. And more than that, the more the better. You can never have too many mats.
Exactly.
Right? But the amount of time,
the
amount of time that you take to farm those mats might be the issue. After a certain point, you have to call it quits and just get towards the storm, or else you will be taken out by that ever increasingly shrinking circle. And as he farms up, let's try to take up another duo pair that we have on stage and see what they are up to. And it seems like we're going back over to CLG, where they have taken a rift. And they are probably scouting for a player here, and potentially
taking another rift.
This is an interesting strategy if they're doing what I think they're doing. If you use up all the rifts, then anybody around you doesn't have that option. So I think that's what they're going for here. And as they see this gigantic structure going on up below them, they're going to reclaim high ground by landing way up on top. And these other players have no idea they're there. They have to use the audio cues to figure that out. Wish is sitting on top, sitting pretty, and he's looking to third-party this other fight. But nobody has shown themselves yet. They're all in the storm. I'm sorry, they're all safe from the storm, so nobody has to go anywhere just yet. So it's going to be a little bit of a cat-and-mouse game.
It might be safe from the storm, but not the storm that is Crispy and Wish, as they're right over top of them, just peering down, waiting for them to pop out and then maybe put a few shots in or just drop down on top of them, getting a better idea on their position, so they can rotate around, get a different angle, and take them out with putting themselves in too much danger. I think they did spot one of the players, got a few shots off on him, but it's not going to be effective enough to take him down just yet, trying to destroy whatever it is that's surrounding him.
Quick edits there as Wish was firing into the builds from the enemy players. He got tagged in from a quick window edit over there. There it is right there. The other player was trying to get some sneaky shots onto Wish, forcing him to put down the walls and edit himself back down so he can shoot. He's just consistently layering on the fire from the legendary assault rifle. As another player pushes him, he gets pyramided off and blocked, so he has to take a detour and go around, building up and higher, making a nice 90-degree turn, and now he's back the direction he's facing. He has high ground, and the enemy opponent has forfeited the high ground from him, and now the chase continues down to the bottom. He's editing through, and Crispy goes down from the player. One player down, and 2 players go down. Wish saves Crispy, and CLG are still in it.
Ooh, and I was actually them taking out Envy in the kill feed there. So they took out that squad. They are eliminated from the competition so far. Very close. It was a 2v1 situation that we saw happen for Crispy, but Wish got the drop down on both of the Envy players, took out Linane and Gorilla from that at all, and that was some.
I got 47.
Yeah, I was gonna say I was really crediting their opponents in that situation because they were doing everything right. It only makes sense that was another pro team there, as
they weren't pushing either.
Right, we say goodbye to Envy in this particular match, but we do still have Pink Meatball and Top Gun. Not doing the best on HP, but their weapon loadouts are looking quite choice. Top Gun only has 75 HP and no shields. Pink Meatball, 25 shields, 75 HP. Effective, 100 health. So safe from most weapons, but just all the same, they're very, very vulnerable.
Yeah, by Tomato Temple again. It seems to be like a favorite spot for them to go through as they're getting their mats all the way up. They actually are pretty low on mats, only about 200 and some change for, I think it is Pink Meatball.
Wait, hang on. I hear some building going on in the stairwell here for the tunnel, and it looks like the Top Gun is making the call right here. And it looks like they're taking a rift to go. They absolutely do not want to be in this fight, but wait a minute.
Okay, there was somebody fighting. Metal's been looted.
Yeah, they kind of question maybe going on getting the high ground in that tunnel and going on the top side, but they don't really have splodes. They don't really have the health to fight. So I think they might want to take a location that has been unlooted and recover some of this health. That would be the smartest play.
This is a great place to do that too, Dusty Divot, with all the trees and resources they can farm.
It has been looted.
As you heard in the comms, it has been looted, so not too much for them to work with.
Somebody's dropping in above them. You hear the glider sound, and they might have an engagement on their hand. Here comes Pink Meatball trying to get high ground above these players. They're in the... Looks like his teammate right there. He's on him. On Pink Meatball. Pink Meatball gets a pump shotgun on one, hits him for white health. He has 80 HP remaining. He falls all the way to the ground. Top Gun gets a knock on the very top, and Pink Meatball has to struggle to get back on the way to the top. Trying to build his way back up.
I misfired.
Top Gun did eliminate that duo as Pink Meatball accidentally fired, but there was nobody there to take out. So great work by both of them. Pink Meatball pushing them from behind, and then Top Gun Smurf from above, living up to his name, being the Top Gun over top of them.
Yeah, and Top Gun, I think, eliminated both of those players as Pink Meatball acted a very, very nice distraction for Top Gun to get in on the eliminations. And they are going to be rewarded with Dusty Divot to themselves, and they should take this opportunity to farm up some materials. I'm noticing that some of those trees that were around were also only at 50 HP, which means there were some good players here who only left these trees at one hit. And they're kind of like walking landmines. Like, if you're expecting a tree to have the full amount of health, if you walk up to it and hit it and it's already been farmed to the extent, you hit that tree and then boom, instantly visual cue to anybody around you. So instead of farming these, it looks like Top Gun's going to split his mats with Pink Meatball so they can both be prepared if somebody engages.
Yeah, and that way they don't give away their location even more so than they did before when they were firing and engaging that other duo. So now they're going to be having to move a bit closer towards the circle in about, like, I'd say 3 or 4 minutes time. So they have plenty of time to farm up as many mats as possible, as we were saying before.
Yeah, just getting a little farming session in here for the streamer duo. Let's check out another pair that could wait a minute. Hang on, let's stay here. They hear some sounds coming in, and they may be wanting to push this. They may be at the Dusty Diner up there, but we're going to go over to CLG. They're in a similar area and a little bit to the east of the streamer team, and both of them are still alive. Both of them are rocking the Galaxy skin. Crispy and Wish, both at full HP. Crispy having a little more shields. It looks like Crispy's loadout here is more focused on mobility that he said he likes to play. He's going to rely more on his shotgun and swap weapon in that rare submachine gun to really put on the pressure. He's not really wanting to play a kind of an artillery-based kind of long game. He wants to go in, like shockwave grenades,
right in their face,
grapplers.
He
trusts himself to be in close combat.
Yeah, they're still rotating into the zone. Have plenty of time to work with. Haven't really seen anyone quite yet. They are, as you mentioned before, really close to the streamer team that was in and around Dusty Divot. So they're moving closer to Tomato Temple and going towards like the north side of the circle as they see some other players across the way. Try to get a snipe off. Yeah,
it looks like Wish is wielding the heavy sniper, and they see at least, I think this is 3 teams, if not more, in front of them. One of them going up in the 1x1 with the pyramid roofs up there, staying safe. And a sniper shot from Wish is going to knock down an opponent that's sitting on top of the tunnel between Tomato Temple and them. Beautiful shot there from Wish as he probably tagged him in the body. The heavy sniper doing about 150 damage per body shot. So you don't even need a headshot to down opponents. Yeah, you just need to be accurate. Like, that sniper does so much damage, even to structures.
Now we see them pushing on the location. Trying to pick up some loot along the way.
Yep, nice little loot reward here as maybe he will refresh his grappler, taking the one that has the more charges in it so he can use it more. And still staying with the shockwave grenades as Wish is going to heal up. He's actually going to pick up the Splodes as well in the epic grenade launcher, and that is going to be a super annoying weapon to deal with if you're the enemy team.
Yeah, especially as we see here, just being so accurate with those, making sure it bounces at the perfect time to hit those structures and take them down so that there isn't as much cover for those opponents. Now he sees them across the way. He's going to use his AR, trying to get some more shots on them, but it is only of common rarity. So kind of more difficult than other types that he could potentially pick up from these enemies if he takes them down. They're going to push a bit further, maybe use that grapple gun to get in close, as he likes to play and mentioned to us beforehand. He doesn't notice that anyone is around him just yet. Just trying to check all of his locations, left, right, down, and above. Make sure there's nobody left behind him to take him by surprise, putting more shots on with the grenade launcher.
So what he's doing there is he's placing himself at the perfect distance so that the grenades explode as in the air as soon as they reach the buildings, giving their opponents no time to react whatsoever if it were to bounce. It's a perfect grenade shot.
That just shows the skill of these players, too. They're so used to using these weapons that they know exactly
Look at
the timing,
what
and he
a
gets
shot
the
there
knockdown
from
as well.
Perfectly placed grenade launcher shots. It's going to explode in the air above the player, and he did not protect his roof, so that is a misplay from that player, and he gets punished very heavily from this veteran CLG roster.
Yeah, it looked like Wish took out his duo partner as well, so there's no chance for them to get the revive. Now he's just going to have some fun looting that teammate that got downed.
Yeah,
now only 18 players remaining.
I was going to say he picked up a nice little epic assault rifle for him to use. That's much better than the common variant that he was wielding. As well as he picked up a hunting rifle. I'm not sure why he wants to go for the hunting rifle in this situation. He dropped his grenade launcher because he didn't have any more ammo, but maybe he just likes to have that weapon for a long range kind of pick.
Yeah, it seems like there's going to be more long-range engagements by the way this circle has been going, and Wish has been quite effective so far with that heavy sniper rifle, as you mentioned before. They do spot some duos from the way they came before, so they're going to be rotating back around towards that side, going towards the zone as quickly as possible, and maybe potentially have a chance for some gatekeeping.
And it looks like there's some loot down there that he's going to pick up. He's going to take the bolt action instead of the hunting rifle to give himself a little bit more damage opportunity on the body. The bolt action doing about 30 more damage per body shot than the hunting rifle of equal rarity. So, and plus you get a scope, a zoomed-in scope with the bolt action rifle. So it's useful not only for eliminations, but also for scouting into buildings, as you can see much clearer from further distances away.
So that might have been one of the reasons why he picked up that sniper, so he could see them across the way if they aren't as close. He has the grappler if they do opt to push in. Tries to get the shot on that one, but barely misses his mark. So maybe his teammate's going to get a shot off on his own. He's been pretty accurate so far with those.
Here we go. Final Storm Zone. Not Final Storm Zone, but final game, and Crispy and Wish are sitting pretty on the probably the highest elevation on this current safe circle. But they're going to try to get a little bit more central, as Wish is just going to keep building up higher and higher. We're going to see what his strategy is here, because this ramp is unprotected for the most part.
Try to put some more shots on.
Trying to get a little pick over towards Dusty Diner. These flicks from Crispy are making my head spin, as he is aiming so quickly and firing off his shot, as he's going to try to branch this build out just a little bit more to give himself a more preferential angle to shoot on. Doesn't want to peek too much. Oh my, laser beam Crispy. 4 shots and 4 hits. Wow, that enemy opponent just got laser beamed, and see you later.
So much precision coming out from the CLG squad. Got to be worried if you're any team trying to push up on them, because they do have the zone, as it will have to be pushed in by any of those duos remaining. And one thing to quickly note is that only 3 duo squads that are playing in the pit will get prizes that they will go home with. So you want to get top 3 out of those duos. It doesn't matter if you get below or above the pro players themselves. So you want to play for that placement, but you also want to make sure you can take out your opponents as well. Yeah,
it's kind of like CLG is basically picking off chickens as they run through the field, as the pit players are just like, gotta get to the zone, and the CLG players are just, you know, slaying out. And
yeah,
they're playing a completely different game.
They're playing their own game.
Yeah,
it's basically CLG's game at this point.
And they have all the advantage here. Even the next zone moved towards them, but they
Ooh.
spotted some players behind them towards the north side where they came from. It looks like Crispy's going to get down just a little bit, trying to assess the situation, trying to see what's going on. A stink bomb goes off underneath Crispy somewhere. I'm not sure quite where, but potentially targeted towards Wish, and that is a body shot from Crispy. That opponent has no more shields left if they had any on.
Very close shots between those two. They've noticed that nobody's trying to get the high ground. Actually, no, one person is trying to fly over top of them, or glide over top of them.
Well, that player that tried to take the rift over there, or the launch pad, just got laser beamed out of the sky. See you later, you are gone. The laser beams from Crispy are ridiculous right now. 3 players he's eliminated with that epic assault rifle, and he does not intend on stopping.
So now those players are underneath them, but they also have to worry about the ones in front of them as well. There's only 12 players remaining, 10 excluding this squad. Crispy finally got an elimination on one of them, so make that 9 that they have to worry about if they want to get the victory royale. They're still being pushed on from below, so they're trying to get a better angle and see where they're at. We're going to switch on over to Wish and see if he has a better perspective on where these opponents are pushing in from. And as we notice, the circle is about to shift in about 35 seconds to outside of where the storm is right now, so they need to get a good position and try and see what they can do to take out the rest of these duos before having to worry about that rotation.
Yeah, and here we are back on Crispy. They pretty much own all this territory right here, so if they wanted to edit down and try to take some eliminations, they could. As we get some shots from Crispy, trying to take shots, the heavy sniper goes right by the skin of Crispy. Crispy's going to look to get down just a little bit, editing down just ever so slightly to take his ramp a little bit further. The grappler over towards this other larger structure. They're trying to get closer towards where the zone is moving so they don't have to go into the fray as much. And it looks like Sketch was taken out as well as he goes on to spectate Crispy. So we may only have CLG left as the final pro team. And anybody else in this lobby is just wanting to survive. The players in the pit do get top 3 placement. So the top 3 duo competitors will be walking home with prizes. But I think CLG is playing for a little bit more than that. I think they're playing for pride.
Yeah, they've struggled so far to even get to the top 10, so now that they only have one more to eliminate to get that top 10 secured for their duo, they're ever closer to getting that victory royale. They're just patiently waiting this out, trying to build themselves up, make sure their structure is as secure as possible from below. Maybe get the drop down on one. Wish gets taken
Wish
down,
gets
though.
taken out with the large machine gun, and now it's going to be a solo mission here for Crispy. 10 players remaining, including Crispy himself. So Wish goes down, and now can this solo CLG member pull it off? And that is about 4 stories high above him. I wonder if he has the guts to take the grappler all the way towards the top.
So take a note of his mats as well. Only 190 metal remaining. None really for the rest of his mats, so he can't really pressure too much.
I think the players that took out Wish are actually underneath him right now, but he can't really ascertain where he's at. But he's gonna take the zone over the positioning. So he's in a really terrible spot right now. He's got the grappler, like 2 or 3 players are around him shooting at him. He's just trying to get out. He's runs into another player right around him and eliminated by player number 108. I think that's all of our pro teams gone. And we have actually...
No, we do have Top Gun remaining. He's the only one of the streamer duo that's up. Pink Meatball got taken out earlier on, but it is only 7 remaining. 6 excluding him. That could be our 6 remaining duos that are trying to get that prize pool for themselves. We see some eliminations come in.
Here come the Clingers. And on the other side of Top Gun, edits out and takes the enemy opponent. He's boxed himself into a corner, edits the window, edits it back. Gonna take his opponent out, sprays through the wall, and a shotgun comes out, and OP Live Dallas, player number 1, takes out Top Gun, and now we potentially have a 1v1v1 situation on our hands. It could be a 2v1 situation. We don't know for sure. But OP Live Dallas, number 1, takes out Top Gun, is going to play low ground here, trying to take up as much real estate as he can so we can have options to edit these buildings. And this is the final zone here. One more and it will completely dissipate.
Oh no, he's stuck outside of it. He's trying to get out, but
and
no,
that
he's just
is going to be it. OP Live Dallas, player number 1 taking the number 1
number
spot.
1 at the end.
Oh my goodness. The other player in the lobby was suffocated by the storm, was not able to get in.
There's a tree in his way.
Oh my goodness. What action here from the last game from CLG trying to claim it all, and Top Gun being the sneaky lone survivor of all the players up on stage, and some sad faces up on stage that they weren't able to get the victory royale. But nonetheless, great play from all of our competitors.
Yeah, I'm sure OP Live Dallas 001 is quite happy with himself getting that victory. He didn't get the elimination per se, but he did get the victory royale and will be going home with some good prizes, I could say.
So yes, the players that get the prize, a very brand new Lucid Sound headset, as well as a sweet wall mount from Bang Bang Signs of the Dallas Fuel. So shout outs to those guys for sponsoring our prizes for our competitors. We are going to get the top 3 competitors up on stage for an interview, I believe, with some of our pro players. But in the meantime, I wanted to give a shout out to all of our sponsors that made this happen. eGency Global, in collaboration with the SMU Guildhall, #1 video game development school in the world, and that's the world, not just North America. And we also have the local esports and marketing agency that brings this kind of local vibe to Texas as well. Another shout out to, it's going to be Playful Corp, a developer out of Frisco, Texas, who helped OP Live start up and get this very event that you guys have been enjoying off the ground.
Thank you very much.
And lastly, GameStop, the largest distributor of video games in the world, actually centered in Dallas.
Oh, wow.
And they've been super helpful for helping the local community events grow. Vaudable, that was a really intense last game. I'm kind of disappointed that we didn't have one of our streamers or pro players take the victory royale. I would have loved to see that reaction.
True, but we did have 3 solos at the end,
yeah.
So those 3 got to compete between each other to try and get the #1 spot and get the lion's share of that prize package.
So what was your favorite moment from that final game?
Oh, that final game. I really liked how we saw Wish and Crispy perform throughout the entire round. We saw them just take down duos. They got the long distance shots. They had some close range engagements as well. They got to show some of their skills with their building ability. And even though we saw Crispy with the grappler, he didn't really get to use it too much, unfortunately, because once it got down to the thick of it, it wasn't as effective. He was just like going left and right. We couldn't really tell what was happening at that point.
He didn't know
There was
where
just
to go.
everyone all around him, and he eventually got taken down. But we got to see how hectic it really gets into the thick of things at the end of the circle.
Yeah, my favorite moment for sure was watching the CLG versus Envy fight over on the kind of like deserty side of the map.
Yeah.
Right. It was a very back and forth. Like Wish tried to beam down on the bottom, but there was a window edit that came out, and he got some shots back into him. So it was a very back and forth kind of moment. And so we should be having those player interviews coming very soon. Again, my name is Fickle. If you want to find me, it's pretty much Fickle_platypus on every single social media: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, all that stuff.
Things. You can see on the screen right in front of us.
Yeah, and Vaudable if you want to plug your stuff too.
Just follow this name right here on all the social media: Vaudable, VODIBLE.
Yeah, we've been bringing the Fortnite action to you guys. Actually, we're gonna kick it to a tiny little break, and we're gonna have the ceremony right after, guys. Don't go anywhere. Attention over to the center stage where we're having the Bounty Royale. We're having the award ceremony for our top placing streamer. It's actually going to be the streamers Top Gun and Pink Meatball. So one more round of applause, guys. They played the best out of all of our invited players, so we're going to get a word from them as well as give them their trophy. So Vaudable, if you will, let them hold the trophy for OP Live's very first Bounty Royale. They are going away with it with a very nice trophy. Now, I wanted to get some thoughts over from Top Gun, who I believe was, I think, doing a lot of the work, as I think Pink Meatball knows he knew his role on the team, but I'd like to get your opinion on what was it like playing on LAN?
Well, it's different from. Can I hold the mic? Sure. It's very different because when you're playing like in a skirmish and stuff, you're playing against pros that have East Coast 7 ping, 10 ping, and I'm sitting in Central with 60. It's a very different environment. So when everything's like even, you know, I'm not as nervous because I know they're going to build the same as me. They're going to have the same speed as me. And I felt very confident in some of the engagements.
So getting to play on a preferential ping was very nice for you, right? So I wanted to ask you as well, Pink Meatball. Have you ever played on stage for like this kind of competitive? I know you do like a more casual community with your Mixer stream. So like, what was that experience like?
It was a lot of fun. I'm glad that we got to come out here, have a lot of fun. It's a little nervous. You know, I'm in front of people every day streaming, but being out here is totally different. And, you know, I'm just glad to be here. Those PCs were tough for me. Going from a total different setup to this, but you know, we were able to adapt and finally got in there and started making some moves, but just couldn't catch up and get up on the top. So.
All right, one more question to Top Gun. I know you competed in the summer skirmish as well, and I know you've been invited back to the fall skirmish. So tell me about what's coming up for you and what club are you representing?
Hopefully I'll be playing this Friday in the Solos one, but I am in Club Rift Raiders. I believe KP is in Rift Raiders too. He already left, but he's in the Rift Raiders, so we're hoping to take it. I know last Friday Vape and Zex Rowe took first place for Rift Raiders, so we're pumping out that we can keep going for the Rift Raiders.
All right, you heard that here, folks. I believe if you want to go follow their socials, it's going to be twitch.tv/TopGun, and then it's going to be Mixer/Pink Meatball, correct? For both our competitors. So one more round of applause here for our Bounty Royale winners, the Stream Team, going against all of the pros. Thank you so much for joining us for Bounty Royale this year at OP Live. Catch us again next year as we will most likely have more events for you guys to show up on. You guys have been a great crowd, and thank you so much.